Hey, everybody, welcome to Bearded Baker Banter, the sports podcast. And we are into week 2. But let's all show appreciation. Right, Trey?
What's that?
I said we have to all show appreciation. Remember, we're appreciating each week.
Oh, yeah. Oh, please do, because I'll tell you what, before we know it, it's week 14, so just cherish it.
Less than 2 months away. Kansas, North Carolina. Fog Allen Fieldhouse. Yeah.
Let's not talk about that yet.
I went there.
I don't want to hear that either, actually.
Appreciate it.
All right.
The hell out of that.
Hey, we are going to jump right off here. We're going to start with a little bit of college football. We'll talk some of this past week's games, jump into a couple games this week, and obviously then dive heavily into the NFL with week 1 under wraps. And week 2 started as of last night. So let's obviously discuss the elephant in the room in college football. You want to call them fighting Irish still, or maybe just trying to fight Irish? Just the Irish. But
little leprechauns.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, Northern Illinois and the MAC team upset, obviously, Notre Dame last week. Pretty sweet game, even though I felt like they tried to give it to Notre Dame.
Gosh.
Of course they did. Dude, that is
out of the ball. Oh my gosh.
That is it's like equivalent to what I would say last year in the NFL of the amount of, and don't get me wrong, the NCAA and NFL aren't hurting money-wise. Right. The amount of like viewership that they lost when Aaron Rodgers went down last year, 4 plays into the season.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
College football losing Notre Dame, which I swear to God, if they let them anywhere near the playoff, like,
oh, dude, they're going to.
At this point,
if that's their only loss, that's their only loss.
No, then you don't get in. I would take a 2-loss SEC team. I would take a 2-loss Big Ten team over a 1-loss Notre Dame team who lost to no offense. You know, I love MAC football. Matter of fact, I love it so much. My former school where I went and played, knocked off Kent State this week. So, FCS over FPS, boys. But absolutely, they don't deserve to make it. That's at home.
Oh, yeah. And paid him $1.4 million.
So, yeah, you cannot. And I'll just put it in perspective. Like, if you have a 2-loss, I don't know, Ohio State, 2-loss Penn State, they still deserve to get in.
Yeah.
Those teams deserve to get in over Notre Dame.
Yeah. Notre
Dame's not done losing, by the way.
Trent, that's a shocking statement coming from you.
After last year.
Yeah.
What?
No, I mean just Penn State, like talking about how a 2-loss Penn State should get in over Notre Dame.
Well, don't get too high on them there, Bowling Green. Whoa.
Okay.
Yikes.
A little sweaty.
Trent, who'd you pick to win the Big Ten? Who'd you pick?
Oregon.
Okay.
Boise State's better competition than freaking Bowling Green.
Yeah, Idaho's pretty tough too, right?
Yeah. You see the size of those potatoes out there?
Yeah.
Shit.
Don't talk about that cheerleader like that, Trent.
Whoa. That was good, Tyler.
That was good. That caught me off guard. That was a quick one.
Oh, man. Yeah, I tend to be sometimes. Yeah, no, there was obviously a couple big games. I think Texas routing Michigan was another big game last week that I don't know. What side of the fence are we on with this? Is this just showing how great Texas is, or is this just showing how overrated Michigan is this year?
Or how hard it is to win when you don't have the other team's signals.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know about that.
Oh, okay.
What I will say is that Michigan doesn't have a quarterback, and that's their biggest problem. Is I don't care how many players they lost or they had returned is they don't have a guy that can run the helm and manage a game, just manage a game. Like, because realistically, McCarthy last year didn't win them games. It was their defense and their run game. And if they had anyone that could do that, they would be okay. I feel like Michigan can reload. They always have a good offensive line and defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, this is their first year with a new coach. That might be a little different than most years, but I think where they're struggling is not having a quarterback, and they looked awful against Texas.
Yeah,
awful.
Yeah, Texas, like I said, when I say manhandled, they actually manhandled them.
Yeah, and as a Penn State homer, I'll admit it. I went to Penn State. I love them. Cheer for them. I pull for them. I'm a little disappointed that of all years, this year we don't play Michigan. You know
That's
what I mean?
How it works, right? That's how it works.
The year Michigan struggles, hey, they're not on the schedule. And before we knew that they sucked, we got shit for it last year. Saying, next year you got a cakewalk. You don't play Michigan or Oregon or blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, now I wish we did play Michigan.
Yeah. They did not look good.
I believe there are some tough times for Michigan moving forward.
Agreed, especially with the sanctions coming up here too.
Yeah,
that's the other thing. Yep, for sure. I will say that I was happy with my Tennessee Volunteers routing North Carolina State, which again goes back to, is North Carolina State, were they way overrated, or is Tennessee really that good to beat a 2014 51-10?
I think both can be true.
Yeah,
I think that's what it was.
I'm not gonna lie, like I'm a Volunteer fan, but like the last 2 weeks, and I know week 1 was Chattanooga. All right, take it for what it is, but like they look like Tennessee 2 years ago when they were just blowing the doors off of teams with 60 points and high almost 70 points. Sometimes it was like try to stop it, and they're doing it in all different ways. Nico doesn't have to be the only guy, quarterback to make plays. It's the run game. It's
Samson? Is that his name?
I think that's his name. Just they look good, and I know they jumped up to 7 this week, which I was pretty pleased with. Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. I mean, this week they got St. Francis's rival of Kent State. So,
Tyler, it's only a rival when it's like competitive.
It's good. That's good.
Shout out Red Flesh.
That was dude. That was a great win for them.
They dominated. Like it wasn't like some fluky big play. They win.
Right.
They dominated. But I will say I did place a college football futures bet.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, this evening, I do have Tennessee to win it all at plus 2,200.
Is that what it is? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I like it, Trent. I like it.
You know what? I know it wasn't on my bracket. I don't even think I had them in the playoff. But
yeah.
You know what?
I did.
I will say this. Watch out for that Missouri team up there, number 6 ranked now, I believe, right?
So, yeah, that's actually, Trent, a perfect transition into this week, because looking at some hot games this week, one I did have circled at 12:45 on Saturday is Boston College in Missouri, because Bill O'Brien has the boys playing at Boston College right now. So that's I'm interested. I'm interested to see what happens here, because I know you are very, very high on
SEC
Missouri,
speed at Missouri. Missouri, don't fall for the recency bias.
But you also have to realize too, Trent, is that O'Brien did coach in the SEC with Alabama there for a couple years, so he kind of knows. I'm not saying they have SEC talent there at Boston College, but like at the same time, he knows the speed of the game.
We'll see.
He knows the speed of the game. So, but he doesn't necessarily have the talent to keep up with that speed of the game.
Yeah, no,
it's Boston College. It's his first year there. He doesn't have his recruits, and who's to say he'll ever get the recruits to compete with that type of speed and that type of talent?
Right.
I looked at this game. Initially, it was like, oh my God, Boston College getting 17 points.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I don't care who it's against, or 16.5, whatever it is. Sat on it for a day, thought about it, and it's a trap. I think it's a trap.
Trap game.
I think that amount of points for a team that's surprising everyone, like stealing games they shouldn't win, but against teams that aren't necessarily like elite. You know what I mean? And I think Missouri's up there. I think their quarterback, their coach, the team they got going on. I think the one player that got hurt week 1 is back, if I'm correct. Just announced today or something. So yeah, I think it's a kind of a trappy little line, and I'm going to go with the team that's plays in a tougher conference that's really highly ranked with a lot of talent, with a veteran returning squad at home. So I'm going to take if we're taking, I don't know if we're taking bets or not, but I like Missouri minus 16.5. I do. At first, I was all over Boston College. Thinking about it doesn't make sense. Now. Okay, even better.
You can actually get them for, I was going to say 16. I was just going to say you can get a little extra hook there. But I'm also on that. Matter of fact, I'm on that also in Fast Breaks football pick 'em. So those are my picks this week. Yeah,
I actually don't know if I am or not. I forgot to make my picks last week, and I was a little upset. Actually.
Me too.
But you know what? I'm 5 games away from being in first. If I takes one more good week, and I'm back in it, boys. Coming for it.
So if you guys have other games and stuff you want to talk about too, I'm just going to kind of rattle a couple up that I have circled up.
I have about 4 plays that I'd like to talk about.
All right, like
three that I love, and then I want your opinion on one.
All right, real quick here. I want a straight money line pick here. Backyard Brawl is this weekend. 3:30, West Virginia and Pitt. Right now, spread is pretty much a toss up. It's 1.
Yeah.
So, who you got in the Backyard Brawl, West Virginia or Pittsburgh?
It's at Pittsburgh.
Correct.
And their home field sucks. However, I think I'm still taking Pitt.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go with that as well.
All right, I'm on the Mountaineers. I'm McAfee fan, so I'm a believer.
I just can't believe the Mountaineers are favored at Pittsburgh.
Yeah. I think it's because there was a lot of hype around West Virginia early in the season.
Yeah, if you watch McAfee every day.
No.
Yeah. And Holstein's not bad. Holstein's he's thrown for almost 700 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Is he related to Joel or Joe?
Yep. Big church guy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Big house too. Big house.
Even though it's Holstein with an H, but
rats.
Yeah. Rats. No. How about that?
The oldest.
I have one game I'd like to talk about, and in fact, it's featured on my best bets this week.
Okay.
Right here, which I'm 6-3-1, if you can't tell, which is pretty good.
Nice.
The only college game I have this week is Wisconsin. I believe they're visiting. I believe they're visiting.
I thought Bama was coming up to them.
Yeah, they are not visiting, Trey.
So Wisconsin's at home.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's why I like them plus 17.
Yes.
Okay.
I think they're even if Bama kind of takes control of the game, it's going to be a drawn out ground and pound run game. First downs, drives, everything. That's Big Ten football. They're coming up to Wisconsin. I hope it's cold. I hope it's a little chilly.
It won't be.
Well, we'll see. It's Wisconsin. You never know. But yeah, that's why I like them plus 17. To be honest with you.
Okay.
Bolded up there.
That's the only college game I have this week. Like I said, I wanted Boston College, and the more I thought about it, I just had to step away from it because it was it's a trap game. I'm telling you.
Okay. Respect that. Trent, you said you had a couple of games here too.
Yeah. So I have 3 that I've already wagered on.
Okay.
Yikes! It's only Thursday. Arizona versus Kansas State tomorrow. I like the over 60.5.
You mean tonight, Trent?
Oh, sorry. Yes, tonight. I like that over 60.5. I think Arizona averages over 40 points. Kansas State averages almost 37.5 points. I know they probably the level of competition hasn't been there, but both teams can score the football. So I like over
that wideout from Arizona.
Yeah,
T-Mac, is that what they call him?
Yeah, I believe so.
Dude, he looks fun to watch. Like I haven't stayed up late enough to watch him, but
I might have to get the couple pairs of T-Macs I have out in my garage. I might have to wear it.
Start wearing them.
Take this over.
Bring it back.
Then it goes to Saturday. This is a team that I'm very high on versus a team that I'm very low on, which is why I also think Boston College getting a little too much love this week. But Memphis +7 versus Florida State. I think Memphis is dangerous, and I think Florida State is spiraling. So that's one. The other one I like right now, not that there won't be more, because there will be plenty more placed by Saturday morning. Maryland money line.
Okay.
Which one?
Maryland money line. Hold on, let me pull up who they have.
Or -2.5 against Virginia.
Yeah, against Virginia. I think Maryland football is it's not always great, obviously, but I think it's better than Virginia football. And I know they're on the road, but Maryland is the better football team. The one other team that I always love, because I like the guy's offense, is UCF. Right now they are +1, so I'm probably just gonna go ahead and take the money line at -105.
Sure.
Against TCU. Now they're on the road, which could be really tricky up there with Hypnotoad, or down there with Hypnotoad. But I like UCF. The game that I want to know about you guys is Purdue +10 at home versus Notre Dame. Riley Leonard on the fritz. Shoulder injury. I think I just used rats and Fritz in the same podcast episode, guys.
You're not saying Purdue upsets them. You're saying +10 on the spread.
To cover. I mean, Notre Dame has not thrown a touchdown pass this year, correct?
No, I think that happens to Notre Dame again. I really don't. I think that's
But could they cover?
Yes.
Purdue.
Yes. No. I think Notre Dame covers
10.
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
I think it's a bounce back game. I think their coach responded well, saying that we believe the hype. You can shake your head, but he said the right.
I'm thinking more than anything. I'm not shaking my head.
He said the right things. I don't think Purdue's that good. Like you said, Trent, they don't have a passing touchdown.
No, Notre Dame doesn't have.
Notre Dame doesn't.
Touchdown.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, that still doesn't bother me, to be honest.
The starting quarterback could be out too.
Riley Leonard's out.
Yeah, serious labrum injury to his non-throwing shoulder.
Okay. Well, I mean that obviously if he doesn't play, then I take every sin my.
That's why I'm pointing that out to you guys. Is like they're still getting +10 when it looks like Leonard might not play.
What's the team total? Do you have that readily available or no?
No.
Can I tell you another game that I was tempted to take that I think will hit?
I don't know if we're done talking about this Purdue Notre Dame game yet here, Trey.
I'm kind of over it. Purdue's done.
I didn't even get to talk about it.
I know. He's just skipping right over you, Ty.
I know.
What do you think, Tyler? What do you think?
At this point at 10, I would take Purdue.
No way.
I would.
Beer minute.
If Riley Leonard's playing, then I would take Purdue, or I would take Notre Dame. If he's not playing, I wouldn't touch the game.
Okay.
But a game that I wanted to bet, but I probably will. I'll probably bet on it, but I'm not making it one of my best bets because I'm not too confident in it. Is Ole Miss -21.5.
We're looking at
I think they handed to Wake Forest. To be honest with you,
that's a tough one. 21.5.
No, it's not. They've been beating teams like by over 55 points every game. And
I would say take whatever the team total is there for Ole Miss versus even taking it just on the spread or over under.
Jackson Dart is almost thrown for 850 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Heisman. Let's say your Heisman, Ty.
I did say that, right?
Man.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm not disagreeing with that. I mean, 21.5. I hate that hook. I hate the
you hate the
0.5.
Then Tyler, take the alternate bet. Take it.
Yeah,
I took it tonight. I took it tonight, and I'm going to win big on it.
Yeah, no, I
plus 3.5.
Yeah, Ooh, yeah. I got a couple games that I'm looking at here. Trey, I'm also on. I think you said, Trey, one of your best bets is Wisconsin plus 16.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on that one as well. I like that. The one that I know Trent may not agree with, but it intrigues me a little bit is the Oregon State game. Oregon State is plus 16.5. And the way Oregon's kind of performed the last 2 weeks, I would say, why not on taking Oregon State plus 16.5?
Why not?
You know what I mean? That's kind of where I'm at with that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that too, Tyler.
I like Coastal Carolina at Temple at minus 18. I will continue to bet each week on Coastal Carolina until they prove me wrong. So
you're taking them what?
Minus 18
at
Temple.
Temple sucks, dude.
Yeah. And Coastal Carolina can score in bunches too. And then two totals that I'm looking at here. I'm looking at under 44 Nevada Minnesota game, and I'm looking at the Nebraska game, which I know, Trent, you said about buying and selling in the NFL. Team I'm definitely buying is Nebraska. They're pretty hot right now. Well, Matt Rule's got the boys playing, but I like the under 47.5 in the Northern Iowa and Nebraska game.
What's that spread, Tyler? Just curious.
23.5.
Yo, no way. No way.
Right. That's
they're gonna start overcapping Nebraska, and they already started.
Yeah. That's why I like the team total, not the actual spread.
Yeah.
So, but those are the 5 that I'm kind of taking a peek at and looking at. So,
Trent, what's up?
What?
You looked like you wanted to say something.
Oh, well, I'm just, I'm happy to announce that I am going to be cheering on a specific team for the rest of the college football season.
And that's Nebraska?
I'm on a 1-year contract with the Cornhuskers.
Ooh, okay.
Can't call me a bandwagon because they are not a top-ranked team. You guys saw it in the text that I said I will if they can beat, because they were my favorite pick last week, and Tyler's, kind of both were on that. That if they would win by more than 2 touchdowns, that I would jump aboard, and got some Nebraska football shirts in my Amazon cart ready to roll here soon.
Oof. Wow.
Tyler, Tyler, I want to say something that's pretty funny.
Here comes a hater.
Is I think last year, or maybe I think it was last year around like bowl time when we played Utah in the bowl games, Trent said, "Oh, I don't have a college football team, but I want to be a Utah fan because their quarterback."
2 years ago. Oh, sorry.
Then we played Utah. They lost, and Trent never spoke of Utah again. Now he wants to pick another Big Ten school, Utah. Another Big Ten school that has a great quarterback and a great new coach. Like,
freshman quarterback.
Like it's insane. Like,
yeah, I ate lunch.
Talk about the ultimate PA school hater.
I ate lunch,
Mr. Anti-Nits, Trent Baker over there.
I ate lunch with Matt Rule, very nice person. I was only like 22, 23, first year, second year coaching. Really great guy. Literally just asked if he could sit at our table, and we were like, yeah, absolutely. And just, shot the shit with us, real down to earth. Could be a future Penn State guy too. But dude, he's going to build.
I would love it.
Please tell me when he asked you if he could sit down at your lunch table, he said, man, that would rule.
Yeah,
that's funny. But
Trent said, "On my face, right here,
rule on my
right
face,
here, Mr. Rule. Sit down on my face."
This guy, this guy's all about face comments.
I can't wait to screenshot that.
Yeah. Well,
yes. Yeah, that feel.
Yeah.
Can't wait. That's gonna be a great meme, Ty.
Don't try to like make
he's
him make a meme out of it.
he's
Like,
the meme guy. So good luck.
yeah.
And I'm gonna have a couple days here on my hands where I can't really do anything. So memes
Yeah,
days.
yeah.
Just are you not at least happy for me that I'm gonna cheer on a team?
Yeah, no, I am.
It's not like I'm picking freaking like a top 5 team or anything here.
Just I
So,
said the
Trent,
thing.
you didn't even acknowledge the fact that Tyler's getting surgery tomorrow.
That's all right. I'm good.
I didn't really think he wanted to talk about
Yeah,
it.
I'm just thinking.
no,
I'm just thinking about my brother and
I gave
it's-
him. Hey, Trade. I gave him a hug today. So
Tyler. Great. Best of luck tomorrow, man.
Thank you. Appreciate
Or
it.
today.
It's just abdominal hernia stuff. So I'm not.
yeah.
It's well, I'm not Richard
So-
Pop topping tonight here. So
Mm.
actually, I got to stop drinking water here soon.
Hey.
Trade. It's not the butthole bleaching operation he has next week.
What did he say?
Yeah, why don't you repeat it, Trent?
Sorry, no, I
What'd
won't.
you say, Trent?
Said it's not the bleaching appointment he has next week.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Next week's is vaginoplasty.
Okay.
It's only at 27 minutes here, and you guys are lucky that I'm able to drink tonight.
Oh.
That would be tearing you guys. Oh man,
You'll be fine. But seriously, you're gonna be super good.
I know.
Yeah, we're praying for you.
But
It'll be great recovery. Hopefully
man,
your wife takes
by
some funny videos.
by the time this podcast is out, I'll probably still be in surgery.
You'll be out.
So.
You'll be out.
Hopefully they give you some good anesthesia, Tyler.
I hope so.
Best sleep of your life.
Happens.
You'll wake up, you won't even know what happened.
Trey, are you really asleep, or are they just blocking your memory?
Ooh.
You're not actually asleep. It's actually wild.
Yeah. See? Anyway.
Yeah, don't tell me about it before. Let's not talk about it.
Dude, you won't even know what happened.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to know.
Okay. Anyway, sports podcast.
Yeah. All right. So, are we ready to transition here into the NFL?
I am.
Yeah,
I would like to do a thorough review of week 1.
Wait. We do have one more thing here I did want to bring up. Big news on the front of conferences, and that is the new Pac-12 conference that is looking to possibly be created here in 2026. Because I did want to ask you guys a question too. Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, and San Diego State are all leaving the Mountain West to join Pac-12 in 2026, according to Action Network HQ. Official announcement Thursday morning. Mountain West schools will join Oregon State and Washington State, but they would still need 2 schools to hit the 8-school minimum to qualify as an FBS conference. So I guess this is where my question came into is I'm going to throw one team out there that
Colorado
I would
State.
throw in there. They're going.
Okay. All right. I didn't know if I heard that. Okay.
It said Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, and San Diego State. And they need 2 more teams to be an actual FBS conference.
Okay. You're saying we need to guess a team that you think should come out there?
Well, I just kind of want to think, is there any other 2 teams that you could think off the top that would be good for the Pac-12?
I can think of one.
North Dakota State.
I can think of 2 actually.
Okay.
One of them is a very small school. I don't even know if they have a football team. Actually.
So then
Pepperdine? Does Pepperdine have a football team?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Hey, well, fuck that. Let's go Wyoming.
Wyoming. Okay.
I think Wyoming's a good one.
Okay.
Trent, interiors.
I would say North Dakota State and Wyoming. I would agree with those two.
I like Wyoming.
I'm also looking at it from a basketball perspective, where both those schools are pretty. They're not, top tier, but they're usually competitive in their conferences that they're in. But football, I think it'd be great. I would.
Okay,
I
I
would
have one
say,
more. I have one more, or two more actually.
I'll
New
tell
Mexico.
you one.
Okay, sorry.
I was gonna say, the one school that I think needs to get into a bigger conference, in my opinion, is they don't have football. Is Gonzaga.
Yeah,
That's basketball. That's basketball though.
I know,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying it is the
That's a different
Pac-12.
world.
It's a conference, so
Yeah,
I know.
well,
I mean,
Well,
let's
think about Pepperdine, Trent. I want Pepperdine in the Pac-12 too. Then, not football.
Pepperdine and Gonzaga. I mean, who are you? If you want to bring in money for your conference, it's going to be an entire rebuild. You bring
New Mexico.
Gonzaga.
You bring in New Mexico.
And them.
New Mexico and Wyoming. Final answers for me.
Okay.
That's not bad. I mean, I was even thinking, like, do you think any of the MAC schools would join it? Like, would a Northern Illinois leave the MAC to join it?
They can't be the Pac-12.
Oh,
why? You can't
right.
be the.
I know, but it's so frustrating. Isn't that so stupid?
Like,
it is, but I mean,
like if you want to do that, then goddamn, Florida Gulf Coast. Like this is stupid.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
you could pick any school in the country if you don't go by the conference name.
Yeah.
I think it's stupid that Oregon, USC, who else? Washington, like they're not Big Ten schools.
Yeah.
And here we are calling them Big Ten. SMU, they're in Texas. And they're in the ACC, the Atlantic Coast. Get out of here. It's stupid.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Trent, is
Stanford.
North Dakota State though? Is North Dakota State? Are they even in?
They're still D2.
No,
not D2. They're no
D1 AA, whatever.
FCS.
Yes.
Because one of the teams I was going to mention would be, and again, I know it's Pac-12, but Appalachian State. I mean, if you want to keep with the state theme, where every team is a state that's not a state,
that's North Carolina.
Right. That's what I mean.
Oregon State.
The question is, could they afford to be traveling that far out?
Right. No, and that's a whole
for them with most of those schools being located out that way. It's not going to be like what the Big Ten's doing. They're just not big enough.
So there you go. And then here, put Appalachian State and Kent State. Keep it all states. But all right. So that is some big news to kind of keep an eye on. That's 2026 that they're looking at that. So they got some time to bring in 2 other schools. But let's jump into NFL here. Obviously, week 1 was kind of all over the place with some of these teams. A lot of teams. I was listening to our podcast the other day, and after the fact of the games, I had some pretty terrible takes about certain teams.
We all did.
I know. Bengals was a terrible take. Falcons was a terrible take. I don't know. They had some bad ones. Buccaneers, I mean, they dominated. I know it was the Commanders, but still, there's obviously some teams I think that we could really look at bottom of the barrel. Some we assumed, some were kind of a surprise a little bit. So, real quick, any recap, any final thoughts from week 1, and then we'll actually jump into week 2 games here.
Well, yeah, I'd like to recap a lot actually in week 1. Let me go back here.
I'll start.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Trent.
Yeah. Absolutely the biggest letdown, Cincinnati.
Oh,
yeah.
And I'm done with the old, how they start so slow and be patient and whatnot. I'm sorry. You're playing the New England Patriots at home and you can't even win. You score what, 10 points, 16-10?
10.
You got a franchise quarterback, and you got a prima donna ass Jamar Chase. He's got 2 years left on his contract. They offer him 4 years, $140 million, and he turned that down.
Yep.
Like, and you got 2 years left on your contract. Yeah, okay. I hope he plays, but here's the thing: is like it was so ugly there was just it's kind of like what we said last year a couple times throughout the NFL season. It's ugly football.
Yeah,
like there's
we
not
did say that. Yeah,
it's so like slow and I don't know. It's just not
no rhythm.
And I know the big blame is just, oh, you know what? It's because they play less preseason and some guys don't play the preseason at all, which don't get me wrong, I agree with that. But I just feel like the game is so under control all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel that way. And I don't know. It was to me across the board. Cincinnati was the most disappointing. Besides the Raiders punting on 4th and 1 on the other team's 43-yard line. But and then I thought just across the board, I thought it was a big old disappointing week. I'll recap on my own end. In both of my fantasy football leagues, I was pretty much low score across the board. So it's just
I just watch you shock on a 24-ounce beer, Trent.
25-ounce beer. That's right.
Ooh,
yeah.
25. Okay, even worse.
Yeah. Remember, no twisted teas this year, Trey. You're low score. Yeah.
I'm not gonna get low score. So
all right. But yeah, so that's my takeaway. I would say one team that I'm going to tell everybody to freaking pause on is the Chicago Bears.
Man.
Oh my gosh,
they jumped way up in the power rankings.
Did they really?
Did they really?
Ahead of the Packers, Trey.
Nuh-uh. They put the Bears ahead of the Packers.
Ahead of the
They didn't even score an offensive touchdown.
I actually like that. I like that.
And that is my point. Not a single offensive touchdown. Here's where are they at? They have the Chicago Bears ranked 11 in the power rankings, ahead of the Packers, the Chargers, the Jets, the Bengals, the Seahawks, the Steelers.
Who's in front of them? Who's in front of them?
In front of them? You want me to give you a quick top 10 quick?
Yeah.
Now, obviously, this is going to change with Thursday night's game, but Chiefs, then Niners, Lions, Eagles, Ravens, Texans, Bills, Cowboys, Dolphins, Bucks.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Can I say something?
How do you not put the Saints up there? Saints, they have, and this is from FanDuel, which and they have the Saints at 21.
Can I say something? Actually,
real quick though, Trey, I think the only reason that they would do that with the Packers is because Jordan Love's being out.
Actually,
that is absurd.
Guys, before I forgot I had to do this, actually, I'm not gonna lie. I lost the bet, so I have to make an announcement.
Yeah.
Last week, Packers lost to the Eagles. Because of that reason, I think that the Eagles are sorry me to say without throwing up. I would like to sit here and say that the Eagles are a better team than the Green Bay Packers. And for that reason, I placed a $20 bet on the Eagles to win the Super Bowl.
You did? Is that part of the bet?
That's all I'm saying.
Ugh. What a dumb bet.
Anyway, I'd like to give my take on the NFL week. That being said,
You all right, Trey?
No, it was really hard to do. That was like really hard because I want to say something opposite of what I just said, but I feel like I can't. It was a very poorly called game. That's all I'm going to say. And a very poorly maintained field. Holy crap. Well, I'm not going to elaborate, but the NFL is a multi-billion, maybe even trillion-dollar business in terms of sales of everything. You don't need to play in countries that can't maintain a football field. That's all I'm going to say. Because you're threatening players, you're threatening safety and all aspects of players in terms of actually playing the game of football and extracurriculars. So why don't we just stay where we know some of the fields are actually capable of keeping a football game going and not risk the players that sign these massive contracts and all this other stuff. Like why even do that? Like if they truly want to watch, I'm sorry, I just hit my microphone. Sorry about that. If they truly want to watch football games, they can watch football games. Like they can travel here. They
Football
can find a
games.
way to do it. They can buy Amazon. They can buy Prime and Peacock like we have to buy to watch football games in our own country. So, I just hate that we are trying to expand to all. I heard they're going to play in Asia next year
and Australia soon.
So that'll be cool for teams.
So,
the other thing,
give us your recap.
Thing, last thing, the recap. Trent, for the first time in my ever, I think Robert Saleh deserves some criticism.
Mm.
And I'm not taking anything away from the 49ers. They look fantastic without their best player, which is Christian McCaffrey. In fact, I think they knew he was never going to play.
They knew by Friday.
And they might have falsely let on some injury reports, whatever, but I'm not going to get into that. All I'm going to say is that the Jets couldn't get off the field, or their defense could not get off the field. And it was a great game plan by the 49ers. It was perfectly executed. And you know what? Robert Saleh and his phenomenal defense underperformed. And that's, I think, partially the reason why they lost. Actually, a major reason, part of the reason why they lost. Aaron Rodgers was on the field for maybe 2 minutes total in the second quarter after a phenomenal drive. He looked like his old self after that one drive. Like, it was scary looking to see him like surgically develop a 12-play drive, 75 yards, 10 minutes. And then guess what? He never saw the field again in that half. So kudos to the 49ers. Shame on Robert Saleh for not getting his defense off the field. So
that drive you're talking about too, they converted, I think it was 3 or 4, third and I would say 5 or more to Garrett Wilson. So, and I'm not gonna lie, as a Niners fan, I watched that drive and I was like, oh shit.
Well, Rodgers looked like his old self. Like he
it also reminded me of the old Niners when they couldn't get off the field on third downs. It's like you stop and you stop and you stop, and then you can
guess what they did, Tyler? They did even better to the Jets. Third downs were the death of the Jets defense that game.
I know.
And honestly, I guess they did. Okay. The other play that the Jets scored on was that hard count, which that's what Aaron
Rodgers holds the record for most.
That's his bread and butter, and he did it in camp or Levi Stadium. Like, that's pretty hard to do. He hard counted the defense and Levi, but either way, very pathetic performance by their defense and Robert Saleh for that matter, Trent. So, credit to you. Honestly, I'm surprised he's not fired.
Nah, not yet. So,
I'm sorry, real quick. I did say if they are 1-4 in their first 5 games, he's gone.
They're not going to be 1-4.
I'm just saying.
So, real quick, just a couple of my takeaways. I think you might see Michael Penix sooner than later in Atlanta. I don't think that Kirk Cousins looks comfortable. I don't think he's made for the offense. I think they do need a dynamic playmaker. That was one take that I actually felt I got right last week. Was about Michael Penix, just because of how bad Kirk Cousins. And again, part of it's the line, and I get it, but at the same time, you have to be able to avoid and at least get out and make some plays. And that's what I said. That's what a Michael Penix can do for you. That's what he did in Washington. He was able to roll out of the pocket, make plays. So I don't know. That was one thing I wanted to take away. The Bengals, obviously, I'm not going to beat dead horse with that. They looked horrible. Giants looked horrible. I thought the Colts surprised me a little bit against the Texans. We kind of knew that would be a tight game. I know we definitely called that. The one that actually surprised me, though, and not even team. Well, the Browns looked terrible too, but The one player that surprised me a lot and was very impressive was I thought Baker Mayfield. I thought Baker Mayfield literally just picked apart the Washington's defense, and I think it was 4 touchdowns. Yeah, but he was four touchdowns. 24 for 30 for 289. I mean, with a 146 rating. I mean, he looked good. He surprised me a little bit. So, but I think one other thing to take away too is I feel like the Rams just can't get their 2 stud wide receivers ever to play together. When Cooper was out, Puka was blowing up, and now all of a sudden Puka's gonna be out, and then Cooper is now the guy. It's like if they could ever get those guys on the same page and not be hurt, I mean, good luck. Look out. But
to be honest, though, I think we all knew Puka was hurt even preseason, right? Like,
no, I don't think so.
Oh, I thought he was. I thought he hurt his hamstring and
No, that was last year Cooper Cup.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Cooper Cup. But hey, just kind of leading into this week, because I don't have anything else really to recap. Obviously, game last night was the Bills and the Dolphins. Bills are surprisingly looking pretty good after a slow start in week 1. Big news is obviously going to be Tua. What happened to Tua? Goes out, looked like another concussion with his weird hands.
He did the claw hands.
Yeah, he did the claw hands again.
Yeah, unfortunate for him. I don't know.
Did he take a dive?
No way.
Okay.
Dude, you could see, I mean, his shoulder went right into DeMar Hamlin's, or his head went right into DeMar Hamlin's shoulder. It didn't look good. Yeah.
I think it was the hit on the ground. I think his head hitting the ground in it. But
DeMar Hamlin gave him the concussion.
Yeah. It looked pretty bad. So that'll be the storyline kind of pretty much the whole weekend. What is Tua's status? I mean, he didn't look great. He had 3 interceptions last night. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on with the Dolphins, because they do have a lot of talent, and they looked slow in the first half of week 1, and they looked slow and really never got going last night against the Bills on Thursday night. So, hey, man, see what happens. Josh Allen is 7-0 on Thursday nights. So keep that in mind for your future bets.
Yeah.
And you know what? I did say that the Bills got a lot of hate because of Stephon Diggs and they lost Gabe Davis or whoever else. But they Josh Allen's still a gamer, and they had Khalil Shakur. They have James Cook. They have a solid defense. Maybe they just needed less personalities in the locker room.
Yeah. No, it might not be wrong.
Well, maybe. guys, you guys, dude, they played so good because it's the day after the 9/11 anniversary.
Yeah, you're right. He was fired up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like the pregame speech wrote itself.
What's his name again? McDermott.
Yeah. Sorry. If you're unfamiliar, Google it. Jeez.
He was thinking about the Taliban during his pregame speech.
And so any games sticking out here? Any teams that we're looking at here in week 2?
Yep. Yeah, I got a couple.
Go ahead.
So I got three NFL best bets for the week. First one we talked about. I think the Jets are. I think the 49ers are special, obviously, with their roster, with their coach that comes up with a great week 1 scheme and their offensive scheme, every type of scheme. So I think that they overperformed, and I think the Jets, nothing about the Jets made me didn't like what they did. Does that make sense?
It was a great sentence.
The Jets didn't disappoint me, other than a couple other than like 1 or 2 turnovers and a bad drop pass. But the 49ers are just that good that they're hard to beat. So the Jets minus 3.5 against the Titans this week, who just lost to the Bears, who had less than 150 yards of total offense last week. That to me is a steal. I think they win by at least 2 touchdowns, maybe even more. So that's my first game that I am betting on. And second one, Chargers minus 4.5, I believe, against
Panthers.
Yeah. Oh my God. what the actual heck? That it almost seems too fishy to me. The fact they're only -4.5, but it's nothing in my actual human mind, other than the fact that it's a fishy line, makes me think that it's going to be the Panthers +4.5. So it's got to be Chargers. Last one is the Saints +6, and that is against the Cowboys. A lot of people want to say the Saints because they played the Panthers last week. Yeah, it's a fluke. I don't think it's a fluke. I think the Saints have a lot of talent, and I think that their defense and their offensive line is good enough. And then Derek Carr is he's not a Super Bowl winning quarterback, but he can win you games. He can win you tough games if he stays within himself. Yeah. So
Formidable.
Alvin Kamara, Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, that defense and that
Olave.
I think +6 is a lot. So those are my best bets. Those are my 4 best bets.
All right, I like it. Trey, I'm on the Chargers with you for sure. I don't understand that line either. That's something to keep an eye on. Yeah, very fishy. I actually also I'm seeing the Bucks 7.5
plus.
Yeah, +7.5 at the Lions, and
I like that too.
I might, not put a full blown unit on it, but maybe a little sprinkle on it just to kind of see if the Bucks are really the Bucks.
You should blow a unit on it.
Blow a unit on it.
Yeah. It'll be worth your while.
Not into blowing units. That's weird. It's freaking weird, dude.
Okay. Well, yeah, you made it weird.
Yeah, and then you said it's worth your while. Like, I'm a little weirded out right now. I'm actually not too sure what you mean by that. Should blow a unit. Like, what the hell? It blows
like fucking.
Anyway,
come on.
All right. A little different. Come on, guys. Nobody's on my game that I want. Okay.
Bengals in Arrowhead. I like the Chiefs -5.5. The game that I'm staying away from is the Niners game. Just knowing historically San Fran and how they play in Minnesota has not been favorable for the Niners. So I am staying away from that game.
Skull.
Makes me nervous. So we'll see. But hey, I will say
Skull.
The one thing that does impress me though this year is San Fran's offensive line. So if they can keep that up and get anybody to run behind it, just think what McCaffrey could do behind an offensive line that actually can block.
Yeah, in week 8 when he comes back.
Let's see. Trent, what are your bets?
I mean, obviously most of my bets are probably going to be more props on game day. Spreads scare me in the NFL a lot.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like, baby.
Yeah, my teaser is built. You let me know when you're ready.
It's built?
It's set. Yeah. Anyway, I like Niners -5. Honestly, I didn't really think too much on the Chargers Panthers, that being 4.5. I don't think they realize that the Raiders defense is going to be ranked pretty high if the offense can actually stay on the field. So Chargers had a tough one against that defense. First day with new head coach, new system, but their defense looked damn good. Better than I've ever seen it, honestly, even with their former defensive-minded head coach that got fired. The one that I'm honestly more confident is I think the Commanders beat the Giants. I like Commanders money line -125. You can get them for -2, but if I can get the money line for a couple cents less in terms of juice, I'm going to take the money line, or a couple dollars less, whatever you want to say. The line that confuses me the most is the Rams +1 at Arizona. That just, to me, it's surprising because you would have thought the Rams would be maybe like 2.5, 4 to 4.5 point favorites. unless they're really thinking like no Puka, they're in trouble,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's where I'm at. Yeah, I just there's some teams out there. It's obviously extremely early, but like there's some teams that you just don't you just like have to avoid. Like I would love to bet on the Texans versus the Bears on Sunday Night Football. We're not quite sure. Like Bears defense is legit. Their offense sucks. Matter of fact, I believe who is it? I think it's the Steelers. Yeah. Teams that didn't score any touchdowns in week 1, the New York Giants and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So absolutely no touchdowns.
Wow.
Did the Panthers score a touchdown?
I believe they did. So I think there's another crazy stat about the Giants out there that like since Daniel Jones tore his knee up, he's thrown more touchdowns to the opposing team than his own.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to say Dan Quinn's defense in Washington is going to get better and better. I know a lot of people aren't big on Jaden Daniels, but he played a decent game week 1, and that's why they're my best bet. And I am putting Jaden Daniels as my starting quarterback in my fantasy league this week.
Whoa.
Over who?
I don't have much, guys. Don't worry.
Over who, Trent?
Over Aaron Rodgers and Jared Goff.
Wow.
Okay, I haven't fully committed yet, but I have him in.
That's funny. All right, I'm thinking about it more.
Yeah, I'm fully committed. I haven't made my final decision.
Yeah.
Just give me another skull clap.
Dude's obnoxious.
But can we wrapping up here with some BBB teasers here?
Yeah,
I was trying to look at one.
So I will rattle mine off. So mine is a 4-leg teaser. It is for plus 222 in terms of odds.
Okay.
And it is a 6.5 pointer.
Okay.
So I now have the Commanders plus 5 versus the Giants. I now have the Jets plus 3 versus the Titans. I now have the Saints plus 12.5 versus the Cowboys. And I have the Rams plus 7.5 versus the Cardinals.
I like that.
Yeah, I like it too.
Over plus 200 odds.
Tyler, I'm going to let you go because I'm going to construct what I want for actual odds.
Construct what you want for actual odds, you said?
Yeah, because I haven't actually done it yet. So go ahead. You go.
All right. Well, hang on. I'm finalizing mine right now. So, all right. So the first one that I have Saints. Mine's only 2 legs. I can't find any other ones that I really like. No, hold on. There's one more. My fault. Where the heck did it go? Okay. Sorry. So mine is a 6-pointer for plus 160. I got Saints plus 6, which now becomes plus 12. Bucks plus 7.5 becomes plus 13.5. And then I got the Titans plus 4 that turns them into plus 10. So.
All right. So I'm taking. I'm going to take 7.5 point teaser. It's a 5-legger. So plus 240 odds. So not too much, but I'm going to go Bucks plus 15 against the Lions. The Chargers plus 3 against the Panthers. Packers plus 10.5 against the Colts. Broncos plus 10 against the Steelers, and Commanders plus 6 against the Giants.
I like it. It's good. Good beat teasers.
5 fingers,
right.
baby.
Anything else?
I don't think so, man.
Hey, Saturday, first UFC fight at the Sphere, baby. Sugar
sold out, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude, that thing is gonna be insane. Sean O'Malley against Merab Dvalishvili. And oh man, what's her name? The girl that Shevchenko.
Yeah.
She's unbelievable. But she's fighting oh my god, Angela Gracia.
Mm-hmm.
For their title belt or whatever too. So it's gonna be a good fight. I think Merab wins. Because Sean O'Malley's just a knockout artist. So if he can't land a punch, he's done. So
Taking O'Malley.
no way.
Taking O'Malley, and I'm taking Grasso.
No way. I'm taking Shevchenko, and I'm taking Dvalishvili.
Beer bet the O'Malley. Let's do it.
All right, Tyler. Come on. O'Malley.
I'll be your bet O'Malley.
Okay, I bet Merab.
All right. The weird Trey handshake.
There you go.
Yeah.
And actually, Trey, I am changing I do want Shevchenko for the other one.
Okay, but we didn't bet on that.
No, I know. I'm just telling you. I'm changing.
She's an underdog versus Grasso.
Is she really?
Yeah. Plus,
it wouldn't be
plus
bad.
114.
What's Merab and Sean?
Sean is the minus 135 favorite.
No way.
And you can get Merab for plus 114.
Plus what?
114.
114.
They said 140. I was like, holy.
What makes you suspicious is the rounds. The rounds would, I don't know, because I feel like Merab is such a dominant ground guy.
Yeah.
That the fight would go longer, but he also submits people pretty quick, doesn't he?
What's the rounds?
4.5.
Hmm.
And it's
it might go
over 4.5 is the favorite at minus 130.
That's stupid.
So it goes the distance then.
But under is plus 100.
That makes me think it's going to be Sean. If it goes the distance, it might be Sean.
Then that would be why, maybe.
But there's no way. Merab is so like Sean's a one trick pony. Like Merab is a wrestler, can like ground and pound, can submit guys like it's nothing, and he has the endurance of like anyone.
Oh, good comparison.
No, like of like he's like never.
He has my endurance. He's screwed it.
He's never gonna get the limit.
All right, so we got a beer bet out of it, Trey.
All right, Merab and Sean.
It's gonna be a couple of weeks until I can enjoy that, but
that's not true. Come on.
Yeah, I'm taking a little break there. Let the body heal after the
surgery.
Oh,
I think because I don't pay you. I was like, what the heck?
Well, that too, but
all right. Jeez.
All right. Anything else, boys?
No. Hey, Tyler, good luck.
Yep.
Enjoy, relax. Enjoy this weekend filled with football.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't yell too hard at the screen.
Don't yell at all. And hey, don't brush your teeth because you'll gag and
okay.
Do whatever else you do.
What the hell?
You know, Trent. You know I'm talking.
All right.
All right. Hey, enjoy your weekend, guys.